Be advised, mature content ahead. This podcast is brought to you ad-free thanks to the Legion of Demons at patreon.com/NOTLP. If you like what you hear, there's much more at patreon.com/NOTLP. Join the Legion. That's patreon.com/NOTLP. And now the show.
How do you do? Just a word of friendly warning. I think it will thrill you. It may shock you. It might even horrify you. So if any of you feel that you do not care to subject your nerves to such a strain, now is your chance to, well, we've warned you.
Oh, baby, we're doing Koontz this month.
Mm-hmm.
Dean. Comma Dean.
Dean, who I kept making... I was talking with Alise about the Dean Koontz books I read. I've read several.
Yeah.
But I just kept saying, Dean, you're no Stephen King. You're never going to be anything.
Anything at all?
I felt like I was his disappointed alcoholic dad.
And he's like, he will show you.
You see your older brother, Steve. Now that's your guy. Why can't you people like your brother?
That's how you raise a serial killer.
And then, or a mediocre, a high level mediocre writer,
Above average
writer, but very successful.
Yeah.
Dean Koontz.
The dream is what we call that.
Yeah.
I felt like I should have read.
You don't have to be
something.
recognized in public like Stephen King, but you get the Stephen King money.
Yeah.
I don't know if he gets the Stephen King money.
No, he gets the Dean Koontz money.
Which is still
I'd love Koontz money.
it's an ocean away from my own money.
Right. Koontz money is way better than Morris money.
Sure. No, I'm not saying that Koontz doesn't have all the millions that he needs.
They call them Koontz coins.
Yeah.
They're like little. He has to smash blocks to get them, like Mario.
When you go visit him, you're greeted at the door by his butler, who's like, "I'm offering you a complimentary 50 Koontz to spend in the game room."
Yep, and the game room has games based on all of his books.
Yep,
like Servants of Twilight, and you have to rescue the little boy from the cult, cultists, and then there's that Phantoms game. Ben Affleck's the bomb in that.
Oh, so good.
So I was thinking I should have read. It's been a really long time since I've read some Dean.
Okay, well,
some DK.
Give me some titles, because I don't think I've ever heard of a Dean Koontz book.
Watchers, Phantoms, Darkfall,
Odd
Servants
Thomas?
of Twilight. Odd Thomas.
High Intensity or Intensity.
Intensity.
One with like dragon in the title.
He wrote the novelization of Funhouse, the Toby Hooper movie.
I'm missing a big one.
Which is actually a really good novelization.
Which one am I missing that I've read? Oh, Lightning.
Helping any Andy?
Nope.
They almost all have one-word titles.
They're one-word titles.
And they all have very similar kind of generic style.
Well, they're all Stephen King stories.
Yeah.
Rearranged.
Yeah.
Watchers is like Firestarter, but with a monster and a dog instead of...
It's true.
I mean, it's a lot like Firestarter, but I love it. Well, I can't say I love it. Like 8th to 10th grade Kelley loved Watchers. I mean, I've read it like 5 times.
Yeah.
I really
Hideaway.
Hideaway. Yeah, I do remember that one.
That's
That's
a good
right.
one.
There was one of his first ones too. It had like a Grim Reaper on the cover, and I didn't even know it was him. And my mom, I was sick, and my mom got it for me from the library because it had a Grim Reaper on the cover, and she thought I like it. I'd like it.
She judged a book on his cover.
She did, and she was right. And it was a Dean Koontz early novel.
I love that.
And he went on. It was like, I forget what the thing was, but anyway.
My dad devoured King Koontz.
King
Koontz.
He ate Koontz up. Couldn't get enough, man.
My dad would just
he had to come up for air sometimes.
He would burn through those paperbacks like crazy. That and Childs, the
Lee
Childs,
Reacher
stuff.
Koontz better than John Saul by a long shot.
Yeah.
Where do you put him against Ramsey Campbell?
Oh, Ramsey Campbell is a master.
Okay.
That's a different kind of horror.
Yeah, he's good.
That's different. That's British.
Also, it's not like as commercially constructed.
Well, that's why it's better.
Yeah.
Well, it's not why it's better,
more
but it's one of the
organic.
good things about it. Do people think Ramsey Campbell's a hack?
No.
Oh.
I was just curious.
Okay.
No.
I mean, I don't know.
I've never
Somebody
heard
does.
that. Oh yeah, somebody.
There's somebody out there who's
Dean
like,
Koontz thinks it.
Dean thinks Ramsey. Fucking Ramsey Campbell in his greater festival of masks. How dare he?
Where do you put Bentley Little?
Above Dean Koontz.
Really?
I don't know. Actually,
I'd probably put him below.
I have not read any Bentley Little. I started that one about the one thing. It was like the place, and there was somebody writes a letter at the beginning. I didn't make it too far.
Does that help, listener? Can you let us know?
Does
I
it
bet
start
there's
with
somebody
like,
out there that knows what,
Hello,
exactly what
Mudda.
Kelly's talking about.
hello, fada.
Yeah, hello, Mudda, hello, Fada.
Here I am at
Okay,
Camp
gotcha.
Terror.
There's that
Anyway.
one.
Bentley Little's Camp Terror, now available on audio.
It's been a long time since
Yeah,
I've read
so
it.
we're finally doing Dean Koontz month after what Freddie says has been a very big outcry.
We've had protesters.
Maybe two people in 15
Yeah.
years.
We've had
16
up
years.
to three
Up to 3
emails.
people have contacted us.
And they were from Dean Koontz and his family.
Yeah, and Dean Koontz's golden retriever emailed us. He snapped me.
I mean,
All right, so guys, put your petitions away.
It's finally here.
Get off our lawns. We can do Dean Koontz month.
no need to storm the house.
Here comes the Koontz for you.
Yeah.
Thank you, patrons. You make this possible. Patreon.com/NOTLP. We did Origins for 190, which was released back in 2010, and it was just news and feedback. Check that out. Tiny goth girl hats come into play, and
It's very controversial.
yeah.
So controversial.
There's a lot of like really blue hat talk and yellow hat talk.
We give you some inside baseball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Like,
if you
we
want to know
talk-
what we're talking about,
We talk about the Reds.
no,
We give you a
don't.
handful of corn nuts right there when you arrive. They're loose.
That's good.
You like corn nuts?
I used to. I can't eat them anymore.
Made me
but-
sick.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I hate them. I used to like them,
But
too.
you liked them.
A lot of
I liked
anger
them. I
for a
liked them.
snack.
Until they made you sick?
Oh, dude,
yeah, I
made
understand
me so
that.
sick.
I can't eat cocoa covered almonds anymore for that reason.
Same reason.
Yeah.
I had a friend who was that way with Kraft singles.
So anyway,
He had a whole pack of them
Amy, have you eaten something
when he was a kid.
so much of something that you hate it now?
no.
Freddie's ass.
Well, the same thing. The almonds. Either they made me sick or they coincided with me getting a tear. It was when I shit the bed.
Yeah.
When the first month that me and Alise lived together.
See,
Yeah.
everybody wants to act like Amber Heard's the first person that's ever shit the bed.
Mine was involuntary.
I know.
Can I just say I've not
Yeah.
been really following this too closely. I know that she pooped the bed, but it was on purpose, right?
I guess.
Have you been drinking mega pints of wine and just not paying attention?
I have been just mostly writing music
If
and
you had
ignoring the
said
world.
to me, I've been really following this closely, and here's what I have to say, we'd have to get divorced because nobody should be following this closely.
And nobody should be
Yeah.
that invested.
A mega pint.
yeah.
I mean, Johnny Depp, I could see why people got invested with someone who was that
But I
big of a
feel
performer.
some of them are cheering him on for the wrong reasons.
yeah.
Oh, I the whole thing is somebody's
There's a tinge
private
of
matter. I mean,
misogyny
like,
to some of it.
well, yeah,
I'm
but
not excusing what
A flavor,
Amber Heard
a
did.
wash.
Yeah.
it's
but-
all fucking mess.
A light
what it
foam
is.
over.
So there's our hot take on that thing.
Girls and boys, that's the only thing happening in the news.
Although there is the ghoul in me that kind of wants to sit on the sidelines, and it's not that I'm not deliberately not following it. Obviously, like when I saw that she did duty on purpose, I was intrigued.
Listen,
That's-
some of those
That's
fucking
kind of funny though.
some of those moments. Listen, I'm just gonna be this guy. Some of that shit is hilarious.
It is.
Oh,
I
yeah.
can't stop saying mega pint, and then doing the
that
rest
was
of the thing.
from that.
Yeah, the lawyer says, so you poured yourself a mega pint of wine, and then Johnny Depp goes, a mega pint, and then he goes, I poured a large glass of wine.
He's like, the record shows megapint here, and the police report says here that you had a buttload of nachos right beforehand.
Is that one full buttload?
Well, speaking of buttloads, Amber Heard, everybody.
Cross exam.
Make a poopy.
Well, was there like photographic evidence of the poo?
I don't know.
It doesn't matter. Here's everybody listening, everybody in this world, search your heart for a second. Could you, if pushed enough,
If you pushed
to be
enough.
angry enough, could you shit in somebody's bed as revenge?
Yes.
And absolutely I would.
Yes,
It'd have to be pretty bad.
But I'd do it.
I mean, I'm not a revengey person, but if I had cause to seek revenge,
Yeah.
What if you went back in time, okay? And baby Hitler's there in his little crib. Would you put like a turd in there with him? And then you'd be like, I'm out.
but I'd also put little googly eyes on it just to make it even a little bit cuter and a little bit funnier.
So he thinks of the toy and grabs a hold of it and
What
puts
if
it in his mouth?
you put
I
tiny
hadn't
Groucho
intended
Marx?
that, but it's a great it's a
Unintended
great
consequences.
Yeah.
You could have put a little Groucho Marx glasses on the turd, and then that's what inspires the mustache. And then it turns out you're responsible for Adolf Hitler
That just causes
because of the poop.
Well, I'm glad I didn't do that.
yeah, that caused another fracture in the universe, and it's a whole different thing that just starts happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just call me, I don't know.
Doctor Strange,
I'm
I
not
guess.
quick enough.
Look, here's the thing. I could poo as revenge, but
It's not going to be my first choice.
yeah, but it's not going to be somebody like that's my lover because obviously they're going to know who it is.
I don't really care.
You
I'm
can
not sure it's
recognize the
illegal.
person's shit.
If I broke up with somebody
Like-
and somebody poops in their bed,
That's Amber's.
they're going to know it's me.
I mean,
yeah. I mean,
Is
I
it
guess.
illegal? Is it anything more than a little light vandalism?
Can I tell you? I think Johnny Depp. This is not like something that's out of the world of like maybe stuff that would have been like, who shit in my bed? Like the people were in and out of that place, and some of them are pretty wild. It could have been anybody. It could have been Danny DeVito.
it could have been.
I mean, after you've had a few mega pints, anything is possible.
Now I will say it might be my first go-to. Again, revenge is so far down the line that
Yeah.
for me to go to revenge, I have to really be
Yeah.
like past the line. So if I'm past the line, I will probably go and shit right on your fucking pillow. But that's almost never going to happen. I don't even know what you'd have to do.
Yeah, I can't even shit anywhere that isn't my house. Like, I think I'm going to be able to do
Well, I
this.
could out of anger
I
I would hope I could.
and not out of
Yeah.
necessity.
Don't poop in anger.
I can pee.
Yeah, I wouldn't shoot shit on their pillow. It would be something that would really like their clothes or something, or
I'd wipe my ass with their clothes.
or their dentures or
afterwards.
something.
Johnny Depp's dentures.
Dentures. You monster.
Something because a poo on the pillow, you just wipe that off.
Don't make scat in
It's the
Well, I'd get rid of the pillow.
it's
And then I'd have to buy a new
it's
pillow.
not just the shit. It's not the shit. Shit washes. It's the statement.
Yeah.
I would like open their if they had like a Blu-ray player, open the little tray and poop in that.
Now that's a good one.
But you know what?
Yeah.
That is pretty good.
or their laser.
It's a little
display,
dated. It's a little dated. That's even more dated.
or their VHS.
I took a dump in your VCR, motherfucker.
How about okay?
Good luck.
It would be
Watch Ernest Goes to Camp.
Their PlayStation 5. How about that? How about that?
That's the
You
thing.
mash it into
Yeah.
the little like what's it?
Oh,
The
you
little
should
vent
put it in their
In the masher.
Nintendo.
in the mash.
And then later, when they go have to blow in the cartridge, they get poop all over
Yeah,
themselves because it blasts back out.
if they're a gamer and they have those headsets with the mouthpiece,
They call that Mario's mustache.
I'll poop on the mouthpiece. So they're like, ew. When they're talking to their Twitcher gamer friends,
Yeah.
they'll have poo by their mouth.
So if you like this unbridled conversation, we do another show called Topicana on the Patreon. Mm-hmm. Check that out.
Where we ask each other questions.
And it would be like, would you shit out of anger on someone's pillow?
And where would you shit?
And where would you shit? And what would the consistency?
I can't speak to the consistency until it happens.
Right. I'm not going to plan my whole life around making sure it's firm.
But if I know ahead of time that I'm going to try, I might eat a lot of steak the night before.
What does that do? What
On
does
a
that?
White Castle.
What does that do to your poop?
Be dairy.
Well,
for me.
Is it just makes it extra raunchy, like kind
Tequila.
of beefy
just powerful
shit.
smell?
No,
Just texture, size.
it's
solid?
It's,
Yeah.
it's healthy. We'll say.
Yeah.
Are you liking this, listeners? You like hearing about my digestive system?
This will earn you an iTunes review. that
You
you're
can
not
blame
gonna
Freddie
like.
for this part.
But revenge poo has to be like runny. It can't be solid.
I don't know, man. A big
I want
old.
it to soak into the mattress.
It will though. Poop is never completely solid. Think about you walk in and you see a big. You're like, is there a snake?
Yeah.
Did someone leave a great big brown snake? And then you smell it, and you walk over, and
it's
it
a shit
has
snake.
and it has the little soft serve ice cream,
A little swirl.
a little swirl at the top.
We call it a Mississippi Rattler.
And immediately psychologically you're like, oh no. And then you get over it. It's still gonna, you're gonna have to wipe it. It's gonna soak. Oh, it's gonna be terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, it will leave like.
But I understand the run. The runny is it's but either way.
See, I'm looking for more lasting damage as opposed to more of a shock thing.
I got you.
Well, you think about like crop circles, right?
Sure.
You know, the
think about it every
UFO's
day.
gone, but the crop circle's still there. Crap circles.
So anyway, yes, Topicana. Andy, do you want to tease your question, or you don't know it?
I don't. Have I asked this before? Has anybody asked this before?
About poop?
Oh no, I need to ask a question first before it. Has anybody asked this?
Let's see if we can use our psychic powers.
Has anybody asked tell me about a time where you were in like a physical fight?
No, I don't think so.
No.
Yeah,
There's my question.
All
All
right.
right.
that's going to be an interesting
Did
one.
you beat ass or did you get your ass beaten?
Beat ass. All right. Yes, so that'll be on Patreon coming up later this week.
Topicana fist fight.
That's my favorite drink to order at the tiki bar.
Yeah.
Cran fist.
And look up that up in the Urban Dictionary.
Oh,
A Topicana fist fight. It's like a Mississippi Rattler. Only it's orange.
Because of the Topicana. Because of the
It's in a
orange.
sleeping bag
Yeah.
instead of on a bed. There's a snake in my boots.
You all right?
Amy froze up.
Oh, I was just laughing at you because you had this look on your face.
Yeah.
I was
She's just
mostly...
she's trying to figure out how to move on from that.
That's what I thought too. I was waiting for it.
I was.
I was like, here we go. Come on, girl.
I can just
Some
hit a
days-
button if you want.
I saw the wheels turning.
Oh.
I don't know if I'm gonna talk about it every week, but I do want to talk about Last Drive-In this week.
yeah.
Last Friday, I mean. They were airing Black Sunday. I have never seen that movie.
Oh,
I fucking love that movie.
great movie.
It's really good.
It's got a great poster.
It's
Yeah.
so beautiful.
You said Black Christmas?
No, Black
Sunday.
Sunday.
Oh, Black
the
Sunday.
Baba movie where
Sorry.
with the
Yeah.
witch.
Oh, I don't think I've seen that.
Barbara
Oh,
Steele
you'll
with
love-
her just.
you will
I've seen the
love it.
I've
eyes.
seen the stills and stuff.
It's
with
so
the,
witchy, man.
Yeah. No,
Super
I,
witchy.
we
yeah.
we should do a month around. We should do another witch month.
We did. We should do another one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Another
should-
witchery
we call
month.
it, the witch is back.
Yes.
Let's do that.
Somebody write that down.
Let's do that.
Because I would love to rewatch it and talk about it. But anyway, that was cool.
yeah, that sounds cool.
And then
they
I'd
did
probably fall asleep for the second movie because I
You did.
cannot.
But it was Death by Temptation. You remember that?
Yeah, we did on the
yeah.
show, didn't we?
Yeah, that movie is so goddamn fun. It's a mess though. But I mean, like, in a good way. Like, it's a mess. Like, it's like nobody came in and tinkered with it. Is what I mean. Like, you could feel like it's the guy made that movie, and you got the movie he made, which sometimes is a bad thing. But in this case, I think it's an underrated movie. Plus, there's all kinds of crazy sex shit in it, and a saxophone silhouette. What more do you want?
I don't even know.
You know, did you watch that one? Were you here for that?
No.
Okay.
But I would watch
Did
Death
that
by
years and
Temptation.
years.
It's Kadeem Hardison from
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah.
Dwayne Wayne.
Yeah, and Samuel Jackson in
it's
an
like
early
a
role.
succubus type movie, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember it. I totally remember the movie. I just and maybe I saw it on TV, but I did not watch it for the show.
it's fun.
Yeah, I would watch it.
Yeah, it's a lot of the guys who worked with Spike Lee back then. A lot of the same. You'll see like all kinds of faces you recognize.
I see them right now.
The room is full of
Your
them.
face and your face.
That's good, Kelly. It means the treatments are working.
I'm so pleased with my progress.
Oh, I finished the first season of Shining Vale, and it's really good. It's kind of what I want an American Horror Story to be.
Oh,
You mean you mean good?
I like some American Horror Story.
Listener Kelly's came at as he was yawning, so he was clearly interested.
Well,
no, I was
I'm
interested.
kidding.
it's a riff on The Shining.
Yeah.
The first
We
season
talked
is.
about it on the
Yeah.
radio.
So if you're a fan of the film The Shining, it's actually more obviously the film because that's I think the frame of reference that most people are going to get.
Sure.
But there's great jokes in there. There's a lot of in jokes from that, little parodies of moments. It's not like strictly a comedy either. It's got some depth to it, but it's dark comedy, like in the vein of like borderline John Waters / Heather's territory, but with a Shining overlay. You
Do
can
you
imagine.
like that description?
It's very fun. It's got a whole lot of swagger.
It sounded like you were on Chopped and you were describing what you had just prepared.
Yeah. I saw a guy make peanut butter and jelly spring rolls on TikTok. And I think DZ was the one to send it to me. It looked awesome. It looks so good.
Sounds good.
He was a judge from Chopped.
Sounds dangerous, though. Some deep fried peanut butter.
Oh, yeah. You've got to be
deep
careful.
fried jelly.
You know, like hot peanut butter.
You got to vent it. You got to vent those.
Have you ever had a fried peanut butter and jelly?
So good.
I wish.
Really good, but yeah, that peanut butter comes out like lava.
Sounds like napalm or something.
You gotta let it cool off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool off.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello, boys and girls. It's time for Straight-to-Video Russian Roulette.
Congratulations. You are worthy. And remember, reality is cursed.
You're not special. You are fired.
Saw the eviction notice.
This used to be a good neighborhood.
What's this?
Cursor.
With a 125 grand prize.
There are a ton of unclaimed prizes from retro games.
Could be easy money. You know Wilkie's on 37th?
Yes, I do.
Meet me there tonight at 1:30.
It's a date.
It's a deal. It's not like anything I've ever seen before.
It seemed to affect reality.
You have to choose, Kayla. Choose or die.
Clean up.
How is it doing that? It's almost putting the words on the screen before I say them. I don't see how a video game can kill someone.
The more the cursed suffer, the more the cursor benefits. If it sent you here, it can't be for anything good. It's gonna hurt.
We gotta choose, Caleb.
I think you might be what it was looking for. Choose or die.
Kind of look like fun.
Man,
choose or die?
that is a marble-mouthed fucking trailer, man. I can understand a word anybody said.
A lot of sounds, huh?
Yeah. Look at that. And
Dial-up
just like,
internet.
Just the fucking... What, did they... Were they easy to understand when you watched it? All the words that were being said just sounded like a jumble of sounds to me.
You know what? I was starting to feel like I needed subtitles more than somebody my age should need them. And then we were watching Phantoms the other night with Andy, who I consider to be younger than me in all except actual calendar age.
Yeah.
And he needs them too.
I can't watch movies without subtitles now.
What is going on?
We're aging, and we damaged our ears a lot too.
Oh, well, this isn't a problem I normally have, but this fucking trailer. I mean, I guess it's just me. You guys all heard every word just fine. But
not really.
To me, it was like.
I heard choose or die. I heard a video game can't kill people. Anacondas don't eat people. I heard somebody say Carol Ann a few times.
I heard anacondas don't want none.
Did you hear a lot of?
So was it like Zork?
Yeah. Here's the thing.
It looks like Zork.
When you think of like a cursed video game movie, you think fun and stupid, right?
It looks fun and stupid, is it not?
It should be, but it took itself
He's
so
like, it's
fucking
not fun.
seriously. You know what I mean? A cursed video game, that's dumb.
Yeah. Yeah. No, agreed.
Can you make a serious cursed video game movie?
I mean, they tried. Remember that one Hellraiser installment?
Which one was it?
Like 7 or somewhere around there, where they bought the guy's script and it was about basically the same thing as this.
It's probably the same script, just
Might
like
have been.
relicensed.
I don't remember.
It should be like joyous and fun. This was not fun.
I'm sorry.
Like at no point, like I get like when the horror comes in that you got characters like being killed off and that whatever, but like even like the lead up wasn't
But not
fun.
even in fun ways, the deaths. Because you think video games, fun deaths, right? Nope.
Like did somebody like a Goomba walk into them and they just
That's
went,
what I wanted people being smashed,
Oh,
and
yeah,
squished,
by, like,
or
giant
like
rocks.
shot by like giant machine guns or something. and-
Fireballs.
Bullet Bill.
Yeah. I wanted that, but it's a lot of
Yoshi would eat you.
That'd be good.
it's a lot of like cutting and just blood.
Oh,
So it's just a Saw movie with a video game.
And it was kind
slapped
of
on
just
it.
mean.
Was it just it was all text game, right? Like did you ever play any of
Yeah,
those?
it was like Oregon Trail type things. Like that's the type of game this is.
Yeah.
Where it's like
or the old
choose your
Hobbit
next
game.
move.
You remember that? Where you would type commands in and it was basically just the book.
Yeah.
I played text games like Zork and Monkey Island, and no, Monkey Island did that have
That
graphics?
yeah. I mean, there might have been a text version of it.
There's another one I used to play.
Zork. Besides Zork,
I think it was called the Date Stones of something.
there was a Hitchhiker's Guide one too. Remember that?
I don't remember it,
That was really fun.
but I did like text based. I would play one of those right now.
You can get them on your phone.
I know.
Some of them are free.
I don't have a lot of gaming time.
I get it. Me neither, man.
Man.
So I like to watch movies about people that play video games instead.
Oh, not this one. Because all the victims were not the person playing the game. It was just happened to be people around that person. It's like you would have these two options, like cut your tongue off or eat their arm or something like that. And you're not doing it. The person that happens to be in the room, you're choosing for them. And I guess the horror is that you're being made to make this choice, and like I don't want to make the choice, but all these innocent bystanders, it's not fair. It's not nice.
Yeah. Also, like
That is mean.
that does suck a lot of the fun out of it. If it had been the player doing it,
I'm not saying
it would have
like
been more
anybody
exciting.
like those victims in horror movies like deserve it more, but they're getting situations where they're put in peril. But these people are just in the room with the person. It's not nice.
This just sounds sloppy.
Yeah, I mean,
sounds
doesn't
sloppy.
it feel like it kind of lowers the stakes for it to be a different person?
Yeah, there's no
stakes.
stakes.
I don't know.
The only stakes involved are like, I don't want to make this choice.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think it depends
Over and over
because
again?
because here's the thing. It depends on what you want to do with the character. Do you want a character to go on through the movie, or do you want them to have one scene?
I
and
like the
die?
idea of them having to eat their own leg and then hobble around for the rest of the movie.
That can't happen.
Well, so
But it's a movie; anything can happen.
Saw sort of. God, I've seen every Saw movie, but except for the Chris Rock one. But I want to see it. Why haven't I seen it yet? And
It's
who
supposed
has
to be really
time?
terrible.
I know, but I love Chris Rock, and I invested in this fucking Saw franchise against all of my wants.
You've invested all of your savings into it.
I love the first one.
Yeah,
I did
first
too.
was
I
good.
love the second one. I really liked that one that was just in theaters not that long ago. And by not that long ago, it was probably 5 years.
The prequel that we saw.
No,
It was like
yes.
Jigsaw's.
That one had the lasers in
Yeah.
it. Ugh.
But like the Saw thing, okay, you have somebody who truly doesn't deserve this in some way. Sort of, I guess in Saw they do morally gray on the victims, but it's only the people it's not them, it's them. It's the people selected to be there.
Right.
These are
This is random.
But that's what-
meaner.
It's
That-
all
what is
metaphor,
meaner-
though, is what they're going to say.
Well, this is what I think it depends on what you want to do. I think that kind of thing can be done really well because how horrible if you're a person who's going to be in more than one scene or you're going to be a continuing character, it would be horrible to have to make these choices about people that you
'cause
care about.
It's called Choose or Die because if you
Yeah.
don't choose, the game will kill you.
But for a video game, that's a bit deep of a
bit
concept,
much.
and it doesn't sound like
it's
they
a
were up to
metaphor for
making it.
fast fashion
fast fashion.
and the victimization of people in vulnerable cultures. But they decided to do it through a video game movie
I don't think it came through.
to reach the audience that really needs to hear the message that their T-shirt.
Then the people in the movie should have delivered their lines with more enunciation and.
That's the problem you have with this movie.
You are failing the victims of Old Navy.
Yeah.
She
Old
says
Navy
as she's
magic.
wearing an Old Navy shirt. I think the bra came from Old Navy.
And
anyway,
and they also made it too complicated of why the video games curse. Normally, a video game, like somebody dies and they just jump in the computer somehow. Their soul,
Shocker.
their spirit somehow is in the code now.
Yep.
But this one, I can spoil the movie because it's dumb. And
Yeah.
these people, they found these ancient runes or something, and they put the runes in the code, and now the code is the video game, and it makes things happen around you.
Why did they put the runes in?
I don't know.
So in other words, like,
because
there's no motivation.
There is motivation, but I don't know what it is. Because at some point you check out of a movie.
Oh, he checked out.
You know what I mean?
Is this the movies? This is definitely the movie's fault and not yours,
Yes.
right? Okay.
Yes.
You're not like, man, that Candy Crush level ain't gonna beat itself.
Who plays Candy Crush anymore?
I still
don't
do.
Do you?
I don't know what it is. I'm still there.
You just love candy, don't you?
I don't like to change.
Got a sweet tooth.
That too.
And I do think that's a valid criticism. If you're like, I turned to Candy Crush to cope.
I tried to figure out what the motivation was and why they were doing the things they were doing.
Money, power.
I guess yes, because the company that the main chick works for, somehow she somehow works for this evil corporation that made the game.
This shit sounds
And
basic
she just
as fuck.
stumbled upon the game, the Curse game. It's called Cursor.
Yeah.
Did the characters...
Even the title of the game is basic.
Well, she stumbled upon the
Curse.
She stumbled upon the game without knowing that the company she works for made the game. So, like, what a coincidence, huh?
Yeah.
Boy, they really. This was a lazy ass. Can I? Well, I'm not gonna get into it. It doesn't matter. I'm a kindly, gentler soul.
This wasn't for you, Andy. It doesn't sound like it's for most
just too
of
much
us.
backstory on the chick.
Yeah.
And I guess
You're like her dumb life. Ugh.
I guess she needs a backstory to decide why she's making the decisions that she's making.
Was she connected to like another character in any way in this, or was it just her with this backstory and no stakes going forward?
The stakes are if you beat the game, you win $125,000.
That's it?
Yeah, I heard that in the trailer.
This is like this was 84 money.
Oh, this takes place in 84.
No, they found an old game from 84. It takes place now, but
Okay.
they said, "Hey, let's try it. Maybe we can still win the money."
But like,
no,
so there's no like human connection other than like,
but she needs the money because she's poor and her mom is addicted to drugs. And
Oh, okay.
they
That's
need
what I
the
was
money.
looking for.
And that's the why she is keep playing the game because, well, the game won't let her stop playing. But
do you give a shit?
That's why she started playing the game in the first
Basic,
place.
man.
No, you don't give a shit.
Trying
Like the mom relationship,
No,
anything there?
it's all very forced.
Yeah, that's the
It's
problem,
just not
I think.
fun for a video game horror.
They let you down, and that's okay.
I need bad graphics.
They didn't know all your wants and needs. And you know what, filmmakers listening, I hope you're writing this down. Things Andy needs.
But I was excited about this movie because I love it was like 90s video games movies, like tech horror.
Oh yes.
It's a very underrated genre, I think, because it's just a future of the past type thing.
Yeah.
Amy and I were playing Night Trap
Last night.
Yeah.
Fuck that game.
I love that game.
It's impossible. I'm letting down Data Play-Doh left and right.
Do you know what we're talking about?
Night Trap, yeah.
Yeah, did you play it?
I remember it.
I let them all get
the
killed.
booby traps, because you were like, when she said that, you looked stunned, like, what the fuck are you talking about?
No, I know Night Trap.
You like a Dana Plato?
I like a Dana platter.
Like a Data Play-Doh.
Yeah, the girl's trapped in the yeah. I know what you're talking about.
So much fun.
We're not very good at it.
You some night you should come over and play some Night Trap.
I'll play Night Trap.
We'll refresh your memory.
I don't think I ever played it, but I remember it.
You
It was
just
it was
watch it.
controversial.
Yeah, the Senate and all those people, they all got their panties all tied up.
So, choose or die.
I choose not to watch this movie. You don't choose this movie either.
Okay, you heard it here first.
I
Andy
choose
says.
you. Andy, you get to spin the wheel.
Yay! How do I?
All right, Andy's
you-
gonna spin the wheel
just
of
tap
chance
it.
and fun
Can I flick it?
to see what we're gonna watch and review next week.
Tap tap tap. It's moving. Oh, there it goes.
The technology is scary to you.
I'm surprised I didn't shout at it.
I know.
Oh, looky.
Oh, fudge! It's me.
I thought the suspense for a second had me like just suspended.
That's the goal.
Yep.
That's why we go to that's why we go to wheelofnames.com every time. The production value on this show's out of control.
We should get a premium subscription for free.
They're gonna hear the show and like we're gonna cease and desist letter.
The Russian bot administrator that built that.
All right, kids.
We said I was gonna make a joke. I'm not gonna. But anyway, it was funny. Trust me.
I do
with my life. This movie is on Shudder. It just hit Shudder, I think today or yesterday or this week or so recently. It's called The Stylist.
Shouldn't be hitting anyone.
I know.
True.
A lonely hairstylist becomes obsessed with the lives of her clients and descends into murderous madness.
Sounds campy.
It does.
I'm into it.
A lonesome hairstylist.
I feel like there've been a bunch of movies kind of like this. You had the jeans that came to life.
Yeah, slacks.
And then there was another one.
There's that
tire, rubber.
They had that black hair movie. What was that
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That was called Bad Hair. wasn't it?
Yeah. I don't know what's going on.
Well, this is a hairstylist.
I gotcha.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah.
I just mean like these kinds
Unless
of
her scissors did it.
hard, like these situations.
The Play-Doh Fear Factory.
That don't seem.
The Dana Play-Doh Fear Factory.
The Dana Play-Doh Fear Factory.
Yep.
Wouldn't that be fun?
That would be probably not.
Like a movie about
the Dana Play-Doh Fear Factory.
Well, that would not be good. Like she had
That's just sad.
She had like her life, man. Oof. Play-Doh, a cursed Play-Doh fun factory.
I know what you mean by Play-Doh. Yes.
Would make a great. That'd be like the best episode of Friday the 13th the series ever because you'd have claymation.
I love the smell of Play-Doh. I mean, we'll take
do too.
a piece of Play-Doh and mold it over my nose.
Yeah.
And just breathe it.
And how do you come harder?
I just love the smell of it. And what's weird, what's crazy is the felt inside my guitar case smells like Play-Doh. Every time I open it, I'm like, oh, Play-Doh.
That's great.
I don't know what they do.
Did you have Play-Doh in there at some point?
No.
Do you think it's associated with your love of like?
No. It smells like Play-Doh.
Your kid at play and somehow. No.
It smells like Play-Doh. I'll invite you. I'll let you smell it.
I want to.
He's telling you.
But I think
End
he
of
needs
question.
corroboration because when you're hallucinating, you don't know you're hallucinating until
when
friend
you're
comes over.
hallucinating.
Is your guitar made of Play-Doh?
That's it.
Are you
your
made of
guitar is
Play-Doh?
made of Play-Doh.
Are you Play-Doh?
Oh no! And then I melt.
Nice guitar, but do you Play-Doh?
Oh, is that wow?
He does, and well.
Pretty well.
Wonderful.
The Obliging Victims.
Mm-hmm.
Stream it. Where you stream stuff.
Oh yeah, actually, I'm almost finished with the first song on my zombie EP. Like I have one more mix I think to go, and that baby's in the box. Finish my drums. Anyway, this is not a show for that.
Box
Fuck
babies,
that movie.
Box babies here on the sand.
And Box Babies.
Oh yeah, Box Babies.
Who are you?
I guess it's kind of cute, in a dorky sort of way. Is it always this quiet?
No, it isn't.
Ben Affleck, I'm coming to save you.
Oh my god.
Yeah, whatever with
This trailer, this is like an original trailer, I suppose. And boy, is it just a lot of noises. It's a lot of screaming.
Oh, there's not much more to this movie.
Yeah.
All right, what are we watching? What are we talking? What are we doing?
Phantoms.
Yeah.
Oh God.
1998.
I got to tell you,
I'm not a fan.
Not a fan at all.
Tom hates it. He's not a fan.
And I'll tell you, so I saw this at the movie theater when it came out because I read the book. The book is very okay.
Yeah.
Even at the time, I was like, this is a pretty okay book for like a Stephen King wannabe book. I liked it okay. And I saw the movie, and all I remember about seeing it was I was like, the book was way better, and it was only okay. So going into this, like that was the thought I had coming out of the movie. So I remember that thought. So when we were gonna watch this, I was like, oh, maybe I'll
Maybe
like
got
it
better.
Yeah, maybe maybe there was something because I haven't read the book in a very long time, and so I was like, maybe if I'm separated from that, I'll be able to get what's fun about it. And now I know Ben Affleck. I've
Yeah.
No, it's worse. I think.
I liked it when it came out in the theater.
I remember liking it.
Oh, I hated it.
It's fucking terrible. It's a terrible movie.
It's a terrible. Listen, listeners. Normally, like I try. Everyone was at their
Nobody
give a shit.
Nobody gave a shit.
Best except Peter O'Toole, who is always a professional.
I think kind of Liev Schreiber.
And Liev Schreiber.
I
He was
think
pretty
he did good.
But it was acting like he was in another movie.
Those two actually.
And I think he knew what it was a crap movie, so he's going to go, I'm going to eat chew all the scenery.
It's saying those two, Liev Schreiber, I laughed every fucking time he was on screen. And Peter O'Toole, when he came on, I was like, now this dude is acting.
Yeah.
What do you think about when they go to the Weekly World News and he's there at his desk and he's got his pocket square and his silver tea set?
It was very much the character.
Yeah, it was, but
the book.
like the sense of this. Well,
It was campy.
A quick synopsis, right? Well,
For a bland ass movie.
This is Zoe Dave Chappelle directed this. Joe Chappelle.
Yeah.
Who did
quote unquote directed it.
Curse of Michael Myers, which is also a reviled movie.
Yeah.
This is based on the novel by Dean Koontz, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But like it's these sisters. The one is Rose McGowan, and she's coming back from being bad out in L.A.
Oh, that was the worst.
She didn't care either.
Ever seen her? Yeah. She was like, "Oh, what's happening here?"
I feel like the coke was.
I mean, think about it. This was 98, so? Right?
Yeah, 98.
And Scream was 98, right?
This was
96.
trying so
96,
hard to be
okay.
Scream too. By the way, this was screamed out. I think all of I think because it was a Dimension film, and they were like, "Make it Scream, baby."
Yeah, like stylistically. Yeah. The
Well, all 90s horror kind of looked alike, though.
I think this was very specifically Scream because it's the same studio and a lot of the same cast.
Yeah,
they were going for.
You think maybe some behind the scenes people worked on both movies, and maybe they brought some tips and tricks over from Scream, or like, oh, here's some stuff we learned on Scream. We'll do it in this.
Maybe, or I think it's
just
probably
the same producing team, though. I mean, essentially,
right. So a lot of the people who are down on the ground making the movie might have worked on both movies.
What I'm saying though is that I think it was deliberate, deliberate
to capitalize
on. I don't know if this is smart enough to be deliberate about anything.
So two sisters, Rose McGowan.
Well, I think on paper it was like they're like make it like Scream.
Yeah.
Her sister is a doctor in this small town in Colorado somewhere.
Yeah, it's not Jamie Gertz.
And by the way, they don't tell you that.
Like
you just find out that she's a doctor.
You find out that she's not Jamie Gertz like halfway through.
And the idea is that this doctor sister is taking her bratty younger sister away from the
awful corruption of L.A.
The streets of L.A.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Very judgy sister by no.
And was Rose McGowan supposed to be like a teenager in this? Because she acted like a fucking asshole teenager.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, the character is like 15 in the book or something like that.
You're like, wait, you have to save this lily white girl from the streets of the streets. And then later
save her from Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah, seriously.
So she got her out of there at a cover of night.
But later you find out, Rose McGowan learned how to load a shotgun on the streets of LA.
Yeah, that's oh my God.
Anyway.
Also, and not to cast aspersion on Dean Koontz, who wrote the screenplay, and it was probably, this was awful. The screenplay was awful.
Well, here's the thing. I think it started off promising.
We even said the vibe was good
because it started, hit the ground running. like the town, everybody's dead in the town in freaky ways.
Yeah, it's very what.
But it was just so episodic. They kept walking in rooms and finding things.
When it was awkward, their conversations were awkward, and like they said things that you were like, well, you're obviously supposed to have known or put that together, but there's like, you're like, wait, what?
Yeah,
her and Ben Affleck know each other. What?
Yeah, I couldn't figure out some stuff.
He's ex-FBI.
He's, I guess, I
so
heard him say
too
that,
much,
but then it never came back really too much. And
I get why, like all of these things make sense in a book.
Yeah, it was an okay book
because you have can internal flesh monologue. Out those things because in a book you get to know your characters. In a movie, it's just they tried and it was just stupid.
Well, again, this felt like. And again, it's so surprising. I don't know if I obviously knew that he wrote the screenplay when I saw it the first time, but like, it was like he just like chose specific bits from the book and just put them in there,
no matter what,
and without the developmental connective tissue. So like the moth, great moment in the book. A number of pretty great and actually it was the best moment in the movie for me because the moth looked pretty real.
Yeah,
it was a good effect.
It was a great effect.
K and B, right?
Maybe I didn't.
Yeah,
look,
I think so.
But great effect, best part of the movie, other than Peter O'Toole and Leo Schreiber.
I was just confused about what the thing was and what it could do.
Oh yeah, because they don't.
Well, and that's another thing. In the book, the ancient enemy. Like the whole setup in the beginning wasn't, you didn't even know that was a thing. They thought that there were all these ghosts and monsters that you didn't know what was happening. And they were like, that was a figment kind. It was the thing, but it was almost like it. He basically ripped off like It and Salem's Lot. I mean, he really rips the shit out of Stephen King constantly. No offense, Steve, you do.
It's supposed to be some ancient evil that can conjure up whatever it wants.
It becomes those things. It's made of pink slime. It's just It.
And there's no shame in ripping off the best horror writer, you know?
It's the It, but it's It, but as the Blob. Yeah. And I forget why it came back. But so in the book, it turns into all these things and it scares people.
It forgot its wallet.
It forgot its wallet. That's what it was.
Yeah, that's usually what it is.
And then Peter O'Toole's character is this guy who's been studying it all his life, and they bring him in to the town to figure out how to stop it. And it's a very Dean Koontz, Michael Crichton-esque race to the finish in the book.
Yes.
In the book, and it's like, okay, this is pretty okay. This is this is a Michael Crichton level Stephen King ripoff. But the movie is like
but when you
not
describe it like
as
that, this is ancient evil and how they defeat it is so dumb.
Yeah.
I've already forgotten.
And
me too.
Yeah.
They got the bacteria that can eat the oil.
Oh.
Oh, that's right.
And an ancient evil can be defeated by this bacteria because
what do you think about
it looks like oil.
The exposition leading up to that when they're in the special van and Peter O'Toole's there and then this is the exposition they did put in. The thing you don't even give a fuck why, but Peter O'Toole knows the code to open the stuff. And he's like, they gave me a tutorial earlier. A tutorial. That's why I know how to do this right now. But we don't understand why Liev Schreiber's being weird. Or if he was just always weird or he started being weird.
Does the slime make people creepy and weird?
I don't.
Well, okay, so wasn't it like absorbing people in things, and it can then become those things? Or am I thinking of Odo?
Odo doesn't absorb people.
You're right.
I can't remember.
Or am I thinking of the Blob? Because honestly,
you're thinking
we
of the
just
thing.
watched that.
But
you're thinking of the Blob thing.
The Blob thing. But
oh yeah, there's dogs too.
I can't remember if in the book. If that character, because that character was played as creepy and like more, it was definitely more of a hitting on the teenage girl. Like the book character was way creepier.
Do you feel like that was also interesting that Dimension also put out From Dusk Till Dawn, and the Quentin Tarantino character in that movie and the Liev Schreiber character in this are kind of like, it's the same kind of pairing, you know what I mean? Like they kind of did when they did with Clooney and Tarantino, where he's kind of keeping the weird guy in line.
Oh yeah.
Those scenes were felt very cribbed from that.
Yeah, for sure. But I can't remember if it influenced him. There's like a part of my brain that was like, did the thing make him like that? And you just didn't realize. I can't remember.
Right, you can't tell.
But in the movie, you don't know at all.
You think it's normal.
But he was funny as fuck. He actually just got a couple laughs out of me, like unironically.
When he's talking to the dead body.
So you have like Peter O'Toole, and Liev Schreiber, and to a certain extent, I thought Rose McGowan. But you guys are right. I mean, maybe she was just out of it. But like they have all of the charisma, and they're holding on as best they can. Mm-hmm. But the primary charisma sucker in this fucking movie is Ben Affleck.
Oh my God. It was like he wasn't awake.
He was so woefully miscast or something.
Kelley sent us a bunch of screenshots of his derp face.
Well, that was Alise. Alise sent
Did she compile them, or were they already compiled?
No, she compiled them.
Oh, thank you, Alise.
Like this man has got.
There was a plethora of shots she could choose from, but she could chose really good ones.
Oh, and it went on and on.
Yeah,
he was fart face acting.
Did she share that on anything?
I don't think so.
She should send it to Ben Affleck.
She should be like, what's wrong?
And I think so. I love Ben Affleck.
I do.
But I am not stupid.
Yeah.
My eyes are wide open. I'm not a fucking weirdo that is in love with Trump and thinks he's going to be back in the presidency any day now.
But you think Ben Affleck's going to be the president?
Smart. And he was terrible, but I'm pretty sure my opinion of this movie the first time I saw it was colored by the fact that I think he's terribly handsome.
You are smart. And I do think you just need to go to Harvard. You're different than me.
Harvard. He goes to Harvard.
He was young looking. I was surprised
too young looking
by how young he looked, and he was just so baby faced and just not acting at all.
Not even a little.
No one was acting at all except for those two people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the people who had like more like theater background and stuff were. Do you feel like that trend happened in the 90s where they were going for realism and they read realism as just being like as lifeless as possible?
Different.
Maybe.
Like they're like, no, dude, they're like, you have to let your personality disappear. Like his acting coach is like, take a deep breath in. You are furniture now.
Sometimes people just have bad performances.
I think it was just. I don't think anybody gave a shit.
I think it was on purpose.
I think they. I don't know about that.
I'm not saying it was shit on purpose, but what I mean is, I think that
the acting style was on purpose.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, I mean, this was the year after Good Will Hunting came out, and he follows up his big Oscar win.
It just seemed to me like nobody gave a shit, and they thought the dialogue was stupid, and so they just were like, I'm just going to say the lines. Yeah. And then Peter O'Toole was like, well, I'm an actor, and I will act. And that's why I love
good for him, because like no matter what, I think he just gave it his all, regardless of how bad movie it is.
That's true.
I was great. Just trying to remember like the military guys that were with him.
The two weird military guys, the one that kept making the weird faces. He was just like, and he kind of looked like a Muppet, and you're like, is his head gonna fall off? It looks like he's stuffed with just leaves and newspaper, like a scarecrow person.
That was an effective moment in the movie when all the guys in the biohazard suits were standing there and they all had the broken visors.
Yeah.
That was cool. That was like the one moment for me.
There were a couple good moments in this movie, like when they were discovering all the bodies and
the beginning,
the rolling pin with the hands.
Yeah,
it was very haunted housey.
No, at the very beginning, I was still hopeful. I was like, oh, we said this has got a good vibe.
And the heads in the oven, that was cool.
Yeah.
Okay, like Silent Hill, which I think is kind of has some inspiration. It was inspired by Phantoms in some way, right?
I don't know.
Maybe the book?
I mean, like more.
So anyway.
That's further back, probably.
Yeah.
Hereditary on that.
Like,
thing.
give me. So, okay, we have a completely empty town, and they're finding dead bodies everywhere, and nobody's alive, and what's going on? That is such a rich.
It's great.
It's a great starting point.
Foundation. But they biffed it in every Silent Hill movie.
Yeah, it really is just
movie.
a hook. It really is just a prompt, a writing prompt. Like you get as far as the writing prompt, and then like just there it is. Poop
is there
on
any
your pillow.
good like version of this kind of movie?
Yeah,
anybody can think of.
The like finding the deserted town and figuring it out.
Well, you're not allowed to sit here and Google now, but just anyway.
I just trying to remember the name of it.
Well,
that's okay. You can
because I think it's really cool. It's a great concept.
It's a great. Salem's Lot is great at that. It starts off as a deserted town.
Yeah, I love the little short story One for the Road.
Yeah,
where they go back.
Yeah, and even at the beginning when they talk about people driving through afterwards, and even see, this is how good Stephen King is. This is Dean Koontz. Watching a Dean Koontz movie just reaffirms to me that King is the king. And because everybody that does this shit always goes to Roanoke. And I'm not going to say he didn't mention Roanoke in Sam's Lot, but he tells a whole different story. He might even, I don't even know if the story that Stephen King uses as his example of a town that they find deserted was a real thing, but he makes it out like it's a real thing. And it's not Roanoke. He does mention Roanoke in passing when he's talking about deserted towns. But it's like, it's such a hackneyed thing now. Because it's easy. Roanoke's easy. Because it's like, oh, that's creepy.
I never watched the American Horror Story season.
It just looked like a mess.
Yeah, well, it usually ends up that way.
I don't know if this holds up. Actually, and I don't even know if it opens that way. But I was thinking of the movie Hellgate. Never mind.
Email us at crew@notlp.com if you have a recommendation of a movie that has this premise and is actually interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. I do love an abandoned town. I like that episode of the Brady Bunch where they're in the Grand Canyon.
Remember the Langoliers TV miniseries?
Bronson
Pinchot. I remember again.
That's probably a better version of this premise, twisted a little bit, but then Phantoms.
The novella was okay. I mean, that was a goofy idea too. See, here's the thing. Here's what I'm gonna say. Like, Dean Koontz has goofy ideas. So does Stephen King.
Oh, sure.
Here's the thing. I knew that Watchers, which I love. Again, Watchers is my favorite Dean Koontz book. I loved it. It is genuinely scary in a lot of places. But it's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous premise. And I knew it by the time I was like 20. I didn't realize what a ridiculous premise The Dark Half was until a few years ago.
Yeah.
And it's just, again, it's a deft touch where one person can bring you along. And I went along for Watchers as a kid.
Yeah.
But like, I still went along with The Dark Half as an adult for a while. And then I was like, oh, wow, what a goofy idea. But he took me.
You hear Alyssa throwing shade at Dean Koontz over there?
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. What makes Dean Koontz so just there as a writer?
I think, because I don't know if it's
going to be different for every person, maybe, but
he puts less personality into his writing. Like, I could tell you a Stephen King, if you showed me a paragraph from a Stephen King book, I could probably tell it's Stephen King because he leaves his fingerprints all over it. Like, I'm reading Billy Summers and stuff, like when and there's a scene in the book where Billy has this woman getting drugs for him, and when she comes back, he says, "Did you score?"
Yeah.
That's the Stephen King thing. It's like when your dad's telling you about something that happened.
Yeah.
Or your uncle. And Dean Koontz is like when a company has stripped out the personality and left the story there.
And it just doesn't have as much depth. Now, he's better than others, but like his characters just don't have as much depth. He is clearly, again, cribbing these ideas that kind of, again, Stephen King mined already. And again, they were very basic ideas. That's why they worked as big pop horror novels.
He's down crick, like with a panning after Stephen King got all good goals out.
Is it just lazy writing?
I don't think he's lazy. I just don't think he's as good.
He's a very competent writer. It's just about story.
And one person is more talented than the other.
Yeah. Did I say development or development?
It's
I'll never know.
It's like an intangible thing, yeah.
All right, so Phantoms was a shit. It's shit.
It's a garbage movie.
It's a shit movie.
But I mean, if you want to be like, I'd be interested in seeing how bad this movie is.
I'd be interested in like a riff tracks or something.
Watch it.
I'd be shocked if someone listening has never seen Phantoms for some reason. It feels like it is, despite being so bad, it's somehow soaked into like
the
bread of the horror community.
Batfleck crazy that we had to just see everything.
Yeah, it's bad.
I think Rose McGowan was coming off a hot streak too, and this people probably saw this for her too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not a deserted town movie, but there are a couple episodes of The Twilight Zone that use that premise really well.
Okay.
I was just thinking still, but yeah, I would love to get some suggestions from
Children
people.
of the Corn.
Yeah, that was on. That's also a terrible movie.
That's not a great movie.
It's not a great movie.
Yeah.
Good story.
Yeah.
Not a good movie.
It's a bad movie.
Was there a real Ghostbusters episode like that where they stumbled upon a?
There's the one where they go to the vampire town or
the werewolf and vampire
town. That's what I'm
town.
thinking of.
Yeah, the vampires take it over because it's a werewolf town.
I love that episode.
That's a classic. Yeah. One of the top 3.
Yep. That and Don't Open Till Doomsday.
Yeah, that's a great one too.
That's like a 2-parter, I think. Right?
Yeah.
It's crazy. I remember that. Like, my memory's not as good as yours, Kelley, but I remember that.
No, it's memorable.
So do we have what we're doing next week for Koontz, so I can smell your Koontz.
Well, I suggested one that's actually good that I didn't even know he wrote until I was looking on IMDb. If you're interested, it's called The Demon Seed. You might have seen it. So they spoofed it on The Simpsons. The house with the AI in it falls in love with the guy's wife. It's pretty fun.
All right.
Oh, I'll watch
Demon Seed it is.
Yeah.
Done.
I've not read that, and I don't know anything about it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So.
It's the closest thing to like a classic that Koontz was involved in.
All right.
It's classic Koontz.
All right. At the end of every show, we always say hello to our Beelzebubs. Again, patreon.com/NOTLP. If you want to become one of them, us.
Do it.
Alise.
Hi, baby. I don't know if she's home yet, but.
It's okay. We haven't released this yet.
Yeah, this is it. Streaming live.
Alise, if you see a fog bank, drive in the other direction.
It'll be too late for her anyway.
Once I upload this, just know your house is covered in pirate ghosts.
Lynn Walsh.
I can remember. Hi.
Hi. Alyssa, we were just talking about you on Origins.
In a good way.
In a good way. Branan and Emily.
Hey.
Guys.
We've been talking about Batman on Discord.
Batman. Jeffel.
What's up, Jeff?
Dustin. Ace.
Those babies and those little pussycats.
Ew, I don't like the way you said that.
Those pussycat dolls.
Iona Goodwin.
What's up, Iona? I have a great one. You should see it.
Brian. Bill Chandler.
That was like a NBA cheer. What's up, Billy? Billy C? Billy? Dun, 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 dun,
Bill Farter. Blake.
Y'all ready for this?
Now on the kiss cam. It's Mark Watts.
Oh, who's he kissing?
Whomever he wants to.
Oh, I was hoping you'd say the next name.
Blayne.
Yeah, that's what I was looking
Mark
for.
and Blayne are kissing.
No.
Oh.
Mark and Blayne sitting in a kiss cam. KISSCAM. Kiss cam.
Joe Jordan Shades.
They're so tight. They're so bleached.
Paul. Hi, Paul. Jeremy and Cassie.
Hurry. Paul, we watched the Arcade Fire on SNL. We didn't know we were both watching it at the same time.
Wow, you guys were watching a hugely popular show at the same time.
It's this hugely popular show with this hugely popular band, and we both were like, that was a good performance. Can you believe that shit? It's like kismet.
Ernie.
What's up, Ernie?
Hi.
Dave Siebert.
Hey, Dave.
Dave C. Ernie.
Dave C. Ernie.
Oh, I just got that because his name is Dave Siebert.
Like it.
And Ernie was before him.
That's fucking brilliant.
It's a multi-piece thing I just
It's
did.
kind of like what you just did is like when Indiana Jones figures out that he has to take the leap of faith.
That's right. And he throws it. Man, the way he does it though.
Yeah.
That he even if he the way he did that doesn't seem like good balance. By rights he probably should have spun on his heel and gone off into that chasm.
Yeah, he was dangerous.
Like, why did he do it that way?
Well, what you did was dangerous that way too, but you landed it.
Yeah, well, because if I didn't land it, I just wouldn't get a laugh. If Henry
Stakes
Jones
are
Jr.
different.
Yeah. The dog was Indiana.
Does it, he dies forever and ever.
Michael Burns.
What's up, my?
You know what I mean, don't you, Michael?
And finally, Monica.
Hi, Monica. We missed you. For some reason we didn't have you on the list.
I left you off the list by accident.
We're sorry.
I'm very sorry. Real PO shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So with that said, fuck Alito.
Yep.
Not just him. Thomas.
Fuck Thomas.
Fuck all of them.
Roberts.
Cummy Barrett. Kavanaugh.
Fucking fuck this shit. Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Was wondering if he should go to